Well, hello. My name is Gat, and welcome back to Crystalline. Last time we tried to open a portal to my world. We failed, so we went back to Ember Mist, and yeah, it's a brand new day, so let us continue. Slowly, I pushed myself up in the bed and glanced over to see Zack strapping on his dischargers. He notices me sit up.
Hey.
Hey.
We're meeting downstairs in a few minutes.
As Zack finishes gathering his things, I begin to get ready to go downstairs. The group gathers down the lobby. I greet everyone and turn to Amelia. How's your chat with Elder Issam yesterday?
We had a very productive discussion. In fact, Elder Issam shared more of his journals with me.
She indicates the scrolls in her arms. Oh, that's cool. Like, you know what I mean? He gave her the notes. You're pretty happy, right? I hope he signed them. Just imagine. Just signing them. Oh, wow. He just gave those to you?
No, these are copies I wrote to bring back with me to the academy.
Oh. We stared at Amelia. She spent all night writing those. I'm not gonna lie, man. That's dedication. Fuck. That's crazy. You spent all night writing those. I remember I was trying to write a book and I could barely get past the first page. And I don't know. I never finished that book. I don't know. I just stopped after like Nah, I'm not gonna say 15. I was gonna lie to you. I just wrote like 3 pages and I'm like, alright, I'm done. But fucking all night writing, that's pretty cool. You're dedicated. You love the work.
That's a lot of dedication.
Yeah. Amelia continues.
Regardless, we discussed more on the theory of temporal rifts in the elementals, which has only strengthened my concern that we do not have enough energy.
Then that definitely means we need to seek out another temple.
Do we have a lead on where to go?
Elder Issam, through his research into the elements, did mention that historically, the Gaians, the people who originally worshipped the earth elemental, used to reside in the central woodlands of Assyria.
Okay, that sounds... You know what? Yeah, that sounds right. The woods, earth, yeah.
The Kali, the people who worshipped the wind elemental, resided in the northern aerial plains.
Cali, like Cali, California. Woo! I'm not gonna lie, that should have been the fire one because it is hot in California. Well, maybe not like Arizona, but it gets hot here in the summer. It gets like 110. I think that's the highest. Like it's like normally like 110 or higher. It's just hot and it's hot in the night, like 85, I think. It burns.
Therefore, it is most logical that the Earth and Wind Temple will be located in those respective regions.
What about the Water Temple? Oh shit, what about the Water or Shadow Temple? She shakes her head.
The Aquarians, those who worshipped the water elemental, depended heavily on the seas. As such, Elder Issam was unable to pinpoint where the cultural hub of their society might have been.
Yo, look. They depended heavily on the seas? So if you think about it, it's like Atlantis. It's under the ocean. The ocean floor. Da 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 da. We're gonna see Aquaman and Ariel right there.
As for Shadow, that is a complete unknown.
Okay, everyone, just turn off the lights and just say Shadow Temple 3 times, and we'll get teleported there. Sorry, I'm just being stupid right now.
If the Earth Temple is somewhere centrally located, then that would be the temple closest to us.
Okay. Leanna nods.
The fastest way back will be to take the crystal rail, so we should return to Bazada.
Ooh. With our next course of action in place, we finish up at the inn and get ready to depart. Elder Issam sees us off, much to the delight of Amelia. We retreat back through the forest. Leanna stays by my side the whole way through, still unsettled by the forest. Luckily, nothing unfavorable happens and we quickly make it through. As we return to Bazada, I can hear the rancorous, the fight sounds of the marketplace city long before I see it. We pass through the familiar city gates and return to the early bustle of the city.
Let's pause here and take a moment to restock. There are a few items I'd like to pick up, which may be helpful.
Yeah, let's get some potions, let's get some new gear. Let me get a new sword. Let me get like a I don't know, like a legendary Excalibur sword or something.
Good idea. Why don't we all make sure we have everything we need, and then meet at the Crystal Rail station?
Yeah. Aight. We all agree and split up. I spend some time browsing through the stalls again. Afterwards, I head over to the station to meet back up with the group. I'm the first to arrive at the station, but Kara shows up only a few minutes later, and the rest of the team gradually trickles in. Kara appears at the station list.
The end of the line is Stonecrest, so that's where we should go. Once we arrive there, I'll scout around and find our next course of action.
Sorry. I don't know, I'm stupid. I hear Stonecrest and I'm thinking about like Woodcrest. You ever seen Boondocks, like the show? I just been watching it recently because of quarantine, and I was watching the episode when Granddad's smoking weed. Fucking what's his name? Mark Hamill's the drug dealer. He's like, here, I got a new product. You know what's it called? It's called Skywalker. I don't know. I'm just stupid right now.
We want to reach as close to Central as possible, so traveling to the end of the Crystal Rail is a good first step.
Aight. Once we have a semblance of a plan put together, we purchase our tickets. After the train pulls into the station, we all board and begin our journey. After traveling on the train for 2 days, we finally arrive in the city. Ooh, look at this place. It's all pretty and shit. There's like a birdie right there. I squint at the midday sun and join the others as we quickly disembark the train, grateful for a chance to stretch our legs like,
Here we are, Stonecrest.
Kara pulls her arms over her head in a stretch, forcing her chest out. Zack's eyes are immediately drawn to her. She smirks at Zack, who quickly averts his gaze and stares hard at a random cobble on the street. The town doesn't differ much from the other towns we've seen so far. It is made up of the same stone building and cobblestone path. People wander in and out of the shops, going about their daily lives. The first thing we do is find and enter the inn. Alright, so now that we're here, how did we figure out where to go next? Kara grins.
Just leave it to me. I'll ask around and see if I can come up with anything.
I'll keep my eyes and ears open just in case I hear something too.
And I will get drunk, because I need to be hungover by tomorrow morning. You know what they say, you gotta get hungover to go on an adventure. Woo! Kara shakes her head.
You should relax and enjoy the city. I've got some contacts I'm going to reach out to, so I've got this.
Oh, well, if you're sure.
Kara nods.
I already have a few ideas and leads based on some of my previous scoutings for temples and hidden relics.
Okay, then let's meet back here in a few hours to regroup.
Works for me.
Amelia nods distractedly.
Now that we have something of a plan, I'll be heading off.
Me too.
Alrighty. I like how I said earlier that like my character's gonna get drunk. I keep forgetting I have like a rum by my bed. It's in the plastic bottle, the Captain Morgan. I'm just gonna take a sip now and again. Let's see how this goes out. We got a lot of time before we end this episode. Like a lot of time. I don't know when I'm gonna end this. Probably an hour, probably 2. I don't know how long the story is. I haven't drank this in a while. Not too much of burn, but a little bit. Kara and Leanna leaves while everyone else stirs. I don't have anything pressing to do. I wonder if I can help or hang out with someone. Let's see. Let's go... Should we go down or should we go counterclockwise? Okay, let's see. Let's hang out with Kara, fuck it. Maybe I can help Kara with her search. I race out of the inn and catch a glimpse of a long brown hair turning a corner. I try to follow her, but she's already gone by the time I turn the corner. She's really fast. There's no point wandering the city looking for her. That completely defeats the purpose of helping. I'll check in with someone else. With that done, I think about my next steps. Let's go find Leanna then. I wonder what Leanna's doing. Maybe we can spend time together. I don't know where she is though. I wander aimlessly in town until I come upon a statue. A familiar blonde stands in front of it. Hey! She smiles as I approach.
Hey!
I look back at the statue of a woman. She stands in a regal pose overlooking the town square. She's decked out in armor with a sword hanging by her side. Who's that?
That is Elena Vale. She was a Mage-Knight who fought to protect her city against the advancement of Void.
Leanna's eyes sparkle with admiration as she looks at the statue. She tucks a lock of hair behind her ears. That's pretty cool. I'm guessing she's from here? Leanna nods.
She was still studying at the academy to become a Mage-Knight, but happens to be home when Void attacked.
Ooh.
They didn't have the same type of training regimen in place back then as we do now. Normal townsfolk weren't trained or prepared to fight in a battle, and it was absolute chaos.
Damn.
Scouts by the gate spotted the advancement of a Void troop coming to the town, which caused panic. Elena quickly took charge and tried to calm the people down. Thinking on her feet, she asked for volunteers to help evacuate families from the city, and others to help set up barricades and defenses in town to slow down the Void advancement. Those who stayed to fight knew what the consequences would be, but Elena's unfaltering bravery rallied them. Together they found whatever they could to block off the streets and alleyways. That way, they could at least try to control where the fights happened.
Damn. Imagine back then, they're like, there's an advancing army coming this way. We're all gonna die. Imagine just fighting, like, the people who stayed and fight. Just imagine just, like, trying to fight. And just, you know you're gonna die, but you're trying to save your family so they can escape. That shit's crazy, you know that? Like, nowadays, you're not gonna see that no more. Nowadays, it's like, everything's peaceful and everything, but fuck, back then was crazy. Think about medievals, the Romans, like anything before, like before guns, really, like machine guns. That's crazy.
And then, Void entered the town.
Ooh. That must have been a bloodbath. Leanna grimace.
It wasn't pretty. These weren't trained soldiers, but still, they persevered for their town. Elena and a team of guards sought out the leader of Void, who was hidden in the back lines. They used hidden passageways in the town to quickly reach him, using her magic and training. She was a formidable match during the skirmish, and at one point, she even had the upper hand.
Had? What happened?
When the leader realized that he may be cut down, he cowardly tried to retreat. He cast a line of shadow fire between himself and Elena, which stretched across the road. It burned both any Void followers and townsmen alike who were caught in the crossfire.
A fucking coward. I'm not gonna lie, if you're a general or someone like a leader, you stay and fight. And if you die, you die. You do not run. And you surely do not, like, say fuck you to your teammates for them to die. You know what I mean? That's a coward way to do it. He begins to speak in awe.
But that did not stop Elena. She leaped through the dark flames and ran her sword straight through him.
What a badass. My mouth drops. That is so badass. Leanna grins broadly, her eyes sparkling.
It was. And a huge morale boost for anyone who witnessed it too.
I can imagine She literally jumped through fire. I'm assuming that was a fatal blow that she killed the leader. Leanna nods.
Unfortunately, shadow fire is far more deadly than regular fire, and it proved to be fatal.
Fuck, it's like Naruto, the Atamasu? I'm saying that wrong because I haven't said that word in a long time. She sacrificed herself to save the people of her town. That's admirable. Admirable. What happened then?
With the Void Leader defeated, the rest of the followers broke down and either fled or surrendered. Thanks to Elena, this town wasn't taken over.
You seem to know a lot about her. Leanna brightens up again.
Of course, she's such an inspiration. There aren't many Mage-Knights who are women. While Elena may not have been one of the heroes of Asaria, who defeated and ended the conflict with Void, she still made just as big an impact to the people of this town. To me, Elena embodies what it means to be a Mage-Knight. Being a student didn't stop her. She still did everything possible to protect those who needed it.
Aww. Is that why you became a Mage-Knight?
It's one of the reasons. Elena showed me that no deed is too small to make an impact on someone. As a Mage-Knight, I get sent on missions all over Heavengard. I feel like I can make more of a difference than if I were just a research mage.
She grins.
Plus, getting to travel around and meet new people isn't so bad.
Yeah, you meet me? I'm just basically an alien at this point, what the fuck? How does your family feel about you traveling so much?
While they don't think it's ideal, it's something they're already used to.
Oh? Leanna nods.
My older brother is also a Mage-Knight.
That's cool. Oh, so you kind of followed in his footsteps.
I guess you could say that.
Do you two get along? She thinks, then nods slowly.
Yeah, we do actually.
He must have been really happy to hear you became a Mage-Knight too. Leanna shifts her gaze and smooths her skirt. When she looks back, she seems too cheerful.
Well, that's a long enough break. I should go and help Kara with the search. I know she said we didn't have to, but investigating is part of what I do.
Okay.
I'll meet you back at the inn.
Alright. That was a fast change in her demeanor. It must have been something I said. Alright, I'll keep looking around too. She flashes me one last smile before quickly disappearing down the street. I guess I better get a move on as well. With that done, I think about my next steps. Well, let's go with Amelia. I wonder what Amelia's doing. I make a big loop around the town, but I don't find her anywhere. Racking my brain, I try to think of things that Amelia would be interested in. Maybe a library or museum or something bookish. I make another lap around town, but don't find those places. Well, I'm making no progress just wandering around. I better return to the inn. I make my way back and I'm surprised to see a familiar set of pigtails sitting quietly at one of the tables. Amelia looks up at me and I approach her.
Greetings.
Hey. She makes no indication to speak again. What are you doing here?
I am awaiting the rest of our group at our designated meeting point.
Right, but we still have a lot of time before the others are going to show up. She blinks.
Yes, I'm well aware of that information.
Don't you want to explore the town?
No.
I continue to stare at her, so she explains.
I do not possess the contacts of Kara to pursue a lead on our next destination, nor are there any familiar channels of leisure for me in the city. The only option available is to reconvene with the rest of the group. Hence, I'm awaiting everyone's return.
That's kind of dumb. I'm not gonna lie, if you come to a place, you gotta at least walk around. Like, I went to Austin, when was it? Last year, like November. And I didn't have money to really do anything other than to eat and, you know what I mean? But I walked around. Me and my brother, we walked around the city, some parks. We saw the Bat Bridge, you know? There's a lot of things to see. Familiar channels of leisure. Is that her way of saying there's nothing fun here? There has got to be something fun to do around here. She shakes her head.
From my understanding, there is no library or museum.
Girl, you gotta get yourself new fun. Yeah, fun is a broad term. Are those the only places you look for? She nods. Fun can mean more than just that. Have you tried looking for someplace with games or something? She cocks her head to the side and looks at me curiously. Like... I pause, trying to think of what type of games would be in this world. Maybe stuff you'll find at a fair? Ring toss or knife throwing or whack-a-mole. Amelia pauses.
Perhaps you are describing a carnival.
Yeah, that's it.
I did not seek out that information, but I believe I may know the location of what you are seeking.
Really? That's great. We should go. She pauses as she thinks, then gets to her feet.
I suppose frequenting an establishment such as that could be considered a form of learning.
That's right, let's go. Amelia exits the inn and heads confidently out into the streets. I keep up as she turns onto the side street, and before long she pauses in front of an open alley. It reminds me of the fairs and carnivals we had back home. People set up their stalls along the side, but instead of selling wares, they're advertising activities. There are stalls offering target to test with your skills, like weapon throwing, or stalls which will guess your weight or age. Amelia glances at me.
Is this what you were suggesting?
This is even better than I imagined. Which one do you want to check out?
I am content to merely observe.
That's no fun. You should try one. She doesn't seem to be interested in choosing one. I guess that means I would just have to choose for her. Maybe we should go for something more engaging, like target throwing. Looking around at those stalls, I don't recognize what half of these options are. There's something with floating circles and something else with bottles. I pause when I see the stall with dischargers. Finally, something I recognize. This shouldn't be too difficult from the shooting range back home. Let me try shooting the dischargers. Amelia gives me a strange look.
An interesting choice.
Her tone suggests this is not something she should try on her own, but she follows me to the stand anyway. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I got my shotgun right here, and I want to shoot it, but they closed the shooting ranges. Or are they back open now? Because California is opening up a little bit. But I hope shooting ranges open up, because they closed them. Even gun stores, they fucking closed them for a bit. And it's so stupid, because I wanted to get buckshots, because all of my grandpa gave me were bird shots, because he used to shoot birds and targets, so he didn't really need buckshot. And I need to get buckshot just in case. You never know. So, yeah. But I want to bring a friend who never shot before, or who's not interested in guns. I know 2 people. No, 1 person actually. It'll be fun. The man behind the counter grins at us.
Think you have what it takes to win? Hit 3 out of 5 shots to win a prize.
You ready?
Perhaps if you attempt it first, I can observe you and then attempt it myself.
Are you trying to tell me a discharger is too difficult for you? Amelia shakes her head, dismissively.
Nonsense. Dischargers are merely a simple tool. I, on the other hand, have extensive magic training. This is nothing more than an exercise in coordination. I will attempt it.
That'll be 2 coins, miss.
She places the coins on the counter, and she swaps it out with a discharger. And he swaps it out with a discharger.
There are 5 rounds loaded in there. Have at it.
Amelia clutches the discharger and holds it in front of her. She squints one eye as she lines up her aim. Then she squeezes the trigger. a bolt of energy shoots out of the barrel, and Amelia lets out a small gasp at the kickback. The shot is wide, and she misses the target. Amelia's eyes are almost wide as she studies the discharger with interest.
How curious.
Have you ever shot one of these before? She shakes her head.
The opposing force was unanticipated. This time I will be prepared.
She lines up her aim and fires again. Anticipating the kickback, she fights to keep her aim straight, but can't stop the slight jerk of the weapon. Again, her shot misses. She frowns and seems surprised at herself, as if she can't believe that she's continuing to miss. Alright, another drink. Oh, that burns. She fires again, but aims too high and misses. Then fires once more and shoots wide. For her final shot, she aims too low and misses again. Her face falls when she realizes she's all out of shots. What am I gonna say? None of these options are good. None of these. Good attempt. It depends how you say it, because you could sound like an asshole. Let her be. No, she's gonna just be like, motherfucker, fuck you! Everyone sucks at the first time. I think that'll work, right? Cheer up. No one's good at everything the first time they try it. Amelia's frowns deepens. What? I am a prodigy? I'm a prodigy since I was a kid. I've never failed in my life. How dare you say everyone fails the first time? Fuck you, yeah.
Good try, miss. But unfortunately...
Amelia interrupts him by placing more coins on the counter.
I would like another attempt.
I'm surprised by the determination in her voice.
As you wish.
He takes the coins and resets the dischargers with more rounds. Amelia fires again and again, but never quite hits her target. She throws down the dischargers and raises her bracelet, and an unusual fire in her eyes. They begin to glow. Hey, what are you doing?
I will hit the target.
You've got to use the discharger.
This discharger is clearly defective and not utilizing the energy properly. I will use my magic to prove it to you.
I have no doubt in your skills casting magic, but shooting a discharger is a new skill. You shouldn't give up. Amelia doesn't react. Are you really going to let a measly little discharger get the best of you? The more you shoot it, the better your aim will be, and you'll be hitting those targets in no time. Okay, I'm gonna drink again. As she considers my words, her jaw unclenches and she lowers her arm. She picks up the discharger again with new resoluteness. As she lines up the shot, she takes her time before shooting. This time, her shot is much closer to the target. Amelia nods as if confirming something to herself. She shoots again, and her shot is even closer to the target. On her last shot, her face hardens as determination sets in. This time, she painstakingly lines up her shot and steadies her grip. As she pulls the trigger, she uses her body to help her keep steady from the kickback, and her shot hits the target. Her eyes light up as she throws her arms in the air and hops up and down with excitement.
I hit it! I hit it!
Aww. It's like a little kid. You just want to pat her on the head. I'm not gonna lie, like when you see her 3D model, she looks like a... What's she look like? She looks like a teenager right here, but look right here, it's like a little kid. It's just like, oh, good me, huh? You hit it.
Did you see?
Yeah, I saw. She turns to me with a big smile on her face as she jumps excitedly. Her pigtails bounce along with her, and she claps her hands. Aw, she's so cute. Celebrate with her. Yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna celebrate with her. I jump up and down with her. You were awesome! She looks at me with a huge grin. Suddenly, her face turns red and she freezes. I've seen the moment of embarrassment on her face before she resumes her usual blank stare.
I meant it was only a matter of time before I got the correct calculations.
I see, it's all a farce. Like, she's just trying to act, you know what I mean? Cold and, not cold, but, you know what I mean? How she normally acts, so like the adults can treat her better.
Anyway, I shall return in a moment.
But deep down, you're just a cute little girl. She rushes off in a hurry towards the ladies' room, probably to recompose herself. I guess I'll wait here then. She still didn't win the prize though. Maybe I could win it for her. I addressed the shopkeeper. Hey, I'll give it a go. I've done my fair share of paintball back home. It should be somewhat similar. No, it's not. I placed my coins on the table and the man hands me the charger. The first round misses as I familiarize myself with the weapon. My second attempt hits the target, and does my third. Unfortunately, my next attempt misses and I misjudge my aim. This is it. I steady my aim and fire. This is all stupid. I'm gonna hit it. What the fuck? Hit. My aim is true and I hit the target. Yes. Oh shit. Yes. I put down my discharger and pump my fist in the air. The man grins.
Nicely done. Well, here's your prize.
He hands me a pink Pongo plushie. Thanks. Amelia returns and her eyes grows wide when she sees my plushie.
How did you acquire this?
It's the prize from the game. She looks at me with surprise and seems unimpressed.
You attempted the game, and you were successful?
Yep.
I see.
She eyes to the charger booth again. I hold out the plushie. This is for you. She blinks.
But you earned this.
I already have a Pongo. I don't need another one. I place the plushie in her hands. Let's check out another stall.
Okay.
I turn around and begin walking, but not before I catch the small smile on Amelia's face as she hugs the plushie closer to her. As we wander the stalls, I think about Amelia and her Mage-Caster program. So, I've been wondering, as a student at the Mage Academy, won't coming on this adventure with us affect your classes?
That is not an issue for me, as I do not have classes.
You don't? She shakes her head. Okay, then, what have you been working on?
My research studies. A significant component to becoming a Mage-Caster is research study. That is my focus and basis for participating on our travels.
So, you just have to document research of a subject area of your choice and you're done?
To put it so plainly does a disservice to the amount of effort involved in formally achieving the status of Mage-Caster. But ultimately, you are correct.
Sounds a bit like she's working on the equivalent of her dissertation. So, if that's it, why haven't you done it already?
It is not so simple. I had taken into consideration furthering the research on temporal rifts and the other parallel worlds. But such an endeavor would have been fruitless without an avenue for further research.
That explains her fascination with Elder Isum and Embermist. And then I came along. She smiles.
Precisely.
Aren't you worried that the Mage Academy will come looking for you?
After departing the academy, I did ensure that a notification would reach my professors to inform them that I am currently traveling on a research study. These studies are quite numerous and common amidst my peers.
I see. Amelia pauses in front of a stall.
Shall we attempt this activity?
Sure. We spend more time trying out the other stalls before we decide to leave. Amelia returns to the inn, but I decide to stay out a little longer. With that done, I think about my next steps. Okay, let's go check on Zack. Based on our previous pattern, it shouldn't be difficult to figure out where Zack went. I make my way to the inn, and I'm gonna get another drink. To my surprise, Zack isn't standing in front of the bounding board. Instead, he sits alone on the table, nursing a Tarkin. Looks like Zack's starting early. I'm sure if I join him, that will be my entire day. Well, we all did. Screw it, let's do it. I don't have anything else going on. Let's get this party started. Yeah, and I'm gonna be drinking. Alright. Zack looks up at me, then returns to his drink. Challenge Zack to a drinking match. Fuck yeah. I grab a drink and join Zack at the table. He nods a greeting at me, which I return. Then, I take a deep drink from my mug. Alright, another drink, guys. Delicious. Watching me, Zack takes a swing from his Tarkin. I don't feel much like talking, and to no one's surprise, neither does Zack. I take another deep drink, which Zack matches, watching me closely. Isn't that how it's going to be? As Zack lowers his mug, I throw back the rest of my drink and give him a challenging grin. He nonchalantly finishes off his drink too and returns my look. I signal for another round of drinks. When they arrive, I place one in front of me and the other in front of him. He considers me for a second, then accepts the drink. Zack leans his head back as he nearly empties his mug. I race to finish before him, but he slams his Tarkin down first. Not bad. This will be more of a challenge than I thought. Another round of drinks is ordered, and we throw that back too. This time, I chug faster than he does and slam my Tarkin down victoriously. My face flushes as I grin widely, but Zack pretends not to notice. Instead, he just signals for more drinks. My head begins to feel light as I chug the next round. Zack's face begins to get flushed. As I finish my drink first, he frowns. When the next order of drinks arrive, Zack chugs his drink in record time and flashes me a wide grin, and he slams down his mug. Ha! Ha! Zack said a thing. For some reason, that feels inexplainably funny. My thoughts are fuzzy, and as I drink even more, they slip in and out of my mind. Zack begins swaying his seat as he finishes another drink. I put down my Tarkin a half second after he does. His words slur as he speaks. I'm gonna put this away before I start drinking it.
Your first mistake was to take on the mercenary of drinking. They don't call me the Death Slinger for nothing.
I burst into laughter, and I have trouble catching my breath. Seriously, Death Slinger? That's the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard in my life. Zack purses his lips in a serious frown as he tries to hold back his laughter, but the more I laugh, the harder it is for him to resist until he finally is laughing with me. He pushes his chair away from his face and sticks out at a weird angle. What's with that hairstyle, dude? Another fit of laughter erupts. I try to bring my Tarkin to my lips but miss and slash the beer on my shirt. Zack doubles over in another wave of laughter.
You don't even know how to hold your mug properly. It's like you're from another world or something.
He grins and almost misses the table as he tries to lower his mug, still barely cohesing from the laughter. Shh, it's a secret. I can't stop giggling either. We're beginning to attract some stares from the other patrons. He stands.
You don't even know what a discharger is.
I know what a discharger is.
Oh yeah? What is it?
A deadly weapon in my pants? A gun? No, I like this one, shooting fingers. It's that thing you discharge, you know? I point my fingers as if it were a gun and pretend to shoot. Pew 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 pew! Zack mimics me and points his fingered gun back at me. Pew pew! Pew pew! He stumbles and falls back into his seat. Zack and I spend the rest of the afternoon laughing and drinking. For once, he's animated and expressive, completely different from what I'm used to. Time passes in a blur, but it is certainly fun. Hey, Zack. Before I can continue, I'm interrupted by a familiar voice.
Oh good, you're both here.
Leanna, Kara, and Amelia approaches our table.
Did you notice how dark it is outside? We talked to a guard and...
He trails off mid-sentence when he notices the expression on our faces. Zack wears a twisted grimace as he tries to emulate his stonic appearance. I glance at him, trying to hold back my laughter. He leans in and whispers,
Be cool. Maybe they won't notice.
I look at Leanna, Leanna's concerned face, and whisper back, I don't think they noticed. Kara leans in, and my eyes are immediately drawn to her.
Seems like you guys have been spending your time wisely.
Zack looks at Kara, as if noticing her for the first time. He squints, trying to keep her in focus. Kara raises an eyebrow, then smiles.
Yes?
You look familiar. Very familiar.
She blinks in surprise, then smirks playfully.
I do? Like who?
Oh, like this one girl I met recently. We actually started adventuring together.
Kara grins.
Oh yeah? Tell me more about her.
Zack rubs his chin, thinking, is this guy playing dumb or actually clueless?
What can I say? She's resourceful, friendly, knows all sorts of history stuff.
Kara blushes but doesn't interrupt as he continues listing off more traits.
Oh, and she's fit. Very, very fit.
Very. He wears a impish grin and leans in as if sharing a secret.
And apparently, quite limber.
I feel like he knows what he's doing. Kara hides a laugh, clearly amused.
Is that so?
Zack nods.
I wonder what she would think if you told her all of this.
Zack's eyes widen.
That would be too weird.
I don't know. I bet she would like it.
Ooh. I'm drawing a heart right now. Ooh. I'm going to tell her if you don't.
Like hell you are.
Zack lunges, trying to punch me, but he swings wide and ends up stumbling. We both look at each other and started laughing. Amelia turns to Leanna and Kara.
Evidently, these two are in no state to assist us in our investigation.
I stop laughing and try to give them a serious face. I'm in the greatest state.
And what state is that?
Okay, let's see what we got. We got drunk, the sexy state of New York. Not a gas state, but a salt. Oh, that's... Okay, I like this one. I like the sexy state of New York City. Woo! And the other one is like, what did I say? I'm in a great state. And that's like an easy way to be like, oh, what state is that? Drunk. I like both of them. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a feel about it too. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay. The state of New York, because we got all the fine Lady Liberty. I wobble on my feet as I stand for emphasis. Leanna helps steady me. I glance over at her and pause as I take in how attractive she is. I grin. But not as fine as you. Leanna is taken aback, then blushes. She looks away dismissively.
Alright, I think it might be time for you two to call it a night.
Zack lets out a whine yawn.
I'm still good.
Kara swoops over and firmly pulls Zack to his feet.
Let's get you back to your room then, okay?
He stares at Kara.
On second thought, I think I'm ready to go back.
Looking amused, he glances back at me.
Are you coming?
I am now. Kara leads us upstairs and drops us off in our rooms. She stands by the door as we stumble towards the bed.
Sweet dreams. Hopefully filled with that limber adventuring girl.
She winks at Zack as she closes the door behind her. As soon as I see my bed, I can't think of anything more inviting and gracefully fall into it. Zack does the same in his bed, and it's not long before the two of us passes out. Alrighty, I'm gonna end it there because my body feels so hot. Drinking out. Drinking while in a hot room. That's crazy, you know? So, if you like this video, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and hit the bell notification. Well, farewell, and as always, bye bye.